Good morning, School District of Indian River County. This is your Superintendent, Dr. Moore, here with our third of 4 Facebook Lives as we prepare for the opening of school, the 21-22 school year. But before we talk about the exciting news in preparation for the upcoming school year, we finally received all of the data from the Florida Department of Education yesterday, which gives us a deep understanding as to how we did over the course of what was a school year that was like no other. As you recall, it was the year in which, prior to the opening, we closed in March. We created different models as we shut down because of the pandemic. Summer programming was also severely impacted as we prepared for the 2021 school year. We opened the school with 3 different instructional models, about 62% of our students participating in brick and mortar. And over the course of the year, there was an ebb and flow of students back between models, out because of quarantine, out because of COVID or whatever the case may be. And we went from 62% to about 85% of our students over the course of the year. So it was an opportunity really to come together, figure out how we're going to best serve our students. And what this data tells us, in comparison to the other 66 districts, the School District of Indian River County did an absolutely outstanding job. And we'll look at some data that show that to be a reality. You'll also see that we were anticipating the impact of the pandemic. And across the state, we saw that impact as anticipated, more in mathematics than actually in ELA. When you look at the state scores, and what we'll do now is kind of highlight some of the information, and we'll jump into the state scores. We drastically outperformed other districts on the Treasure Coast. Statewide data is reflective of the learning disruptions due to COVID-19, and we'll talk about that. Data demonstrates that SDIRC has shown resiliency in instruction and learning during this past year, and our state rankings within each of the areas measured showed significant improvement, with that one exception of algebra, and that was because we increased the opportunity and access to all students to have the opportunity to participate in algebra. So when you dig into the scores, what you'll see here is each of the categories, what was released by the Florida Department of Education. So this is the reports that were released. And you'll see slight declines in ELA for us. We went down 3 percentage points, as did the state of Florida. When you look at math, we went down 7 percentage points. State went down 10. When you look at the far end of the slide, we looked at ourselves in comparison to all of these 66 other districts and looking at where we were before the pandemic and where we were after the pandemic, understanding that we all had to deal with the same reality, and we really need to evaluate ourselves on how we responded and educated students during the midst of that reality. So if you look at the rank position change, you'll see we improved in ELA 2 positions. In math, we improved 4 positions. In algebra, we actually went down 10, but as I said before, we were only providing students in 8th grade who had the highest scores opportunity to participate. So we wanted to expand that offering, ultimately propel students forward by offering them the Algebra 1 course in 8th grade, extended the offering by about 36% of those students. Those students did absolutely outstanding. So we're very excited about expanding that offering to students, so that was anticipated. But when you look at every other category, you see significant growth in state rankings. Geometry, we moved up 24 state rankings. In science, 5th grade, we went up 12 state rankings. 8th grade science, 20 state rankings. Biology, 21. Civics, 13. U.S. history, 22. In a lot of those areas, you'll see actual improvements. Where the state is declining, you see improvements for the School District of Indian River County. When you dig a little deeper and you look at these slides, what we did here is compare ourselves to the other districts in the Treasure Coast, and we won't spend a lot of time on these slides, but you will notice the School District of Indian River County improving significantly within each of the specific areas in comparison to our counterparts. So what this data highlights in ELA, that improvement of 2 in comparison to the other districts, significantly outperforming. In math, the improvement of 4, significantly out improving, and you see the algebra and the geometry there, and you see the rate of improvement there. When you look at the science, this is recaps. It just highlights that when a school district comes together, works with its teachers, works with its families and communities in an extremely difficult and complex time, what can be achieved as a result. And we will celebrate what we did over the course of last year, while at the same time acknowledging there's much work to be done. We will celebrate how we responded and came together as we navigated through the pandemic, and acknowledge there were declines as a result of that pandemic, as a result of that disruption, and it is now time to go to work to ensure that we continue the path forward, growing level 3s and level 4s and level 5s, connecting students not only to academic success, but connecting students to their goals and their dreams by providing them quality education to move them forward. So that data allows us to reflect, to evaluate, to celebrate, and recharge and be excited as we prepare for the upcoming school year. And as we prepare for the upcoming school year, there are some new things that are in place. So House Bill 529 is a new law that is now in place as of July 1st, and this is a moment of silence in public schools. This bill requires a moment of silence to be set aside for students during each school day. The bill directs the principal of each public school to require teachers in first period, so as we begin the school day, in all grades to set aside a 1 to 2 minute daily for a moment of silence. So this is something we're asking all parents and families to be aware of, as well as take the opportunity to speak with your son or daughter regarding this new requirement, this new law, so they have a deep understanding as to why we are doing it, and we're going to honor each other as we move through that particular process. Kicking off our theme for this Facebook Live is Connect, and one of the things that we as a system are very proud of is being intentional of connecting, informing, and engaging our families and parents. And we want to make sure everyone is fully informed on how to connect and engage with us as a community. So first thing is our webpage, and you see here there is a students and families link there that provides that information that is current for you. It gives you access to all of our social media, and if it is not in your preferred language, you have the opportunity to click on our translate button so we can keep all of our families engaged regardless of their home language. Also, connect to all the digital learning resources that we have, and this is a good opportunity for you as a family to sit and review these resources. Some resources are new. We're updating things continuously. You're going into a new grade level, which means you'll have access to new digital content. And this is an opportunity for you to review that. And we're going to highlight that video for you right now.
Do you wonder how your children use computers while they are in school? Are you confused about why your child might use Canvas or Focus? Do you wish you could help your child more with technology at home? The Instructional Technology Department wishes to answer those and many other burning questions parents and families have about the technology used by the students here in the School District of Indian River County. Everything you need to understand the technology available for SDIRC students is on the district website at indianriverschools.org. Click on the Students and Families tab on the left side. Here, you can find many useful links, such as the Code of Student Conduct, the Dress Code, and other important documents and policies, like the Student Progression Plan. A very valuable link on this page is the Digital Resources button. From here, you can get to anything digital you or your student could possibly need. First, we will take a look at Classlink. This is our single sign-on portal to access digital curriculum and online instructional resources, including online textbooks. When using any online resources, students should always access them from Classlink. Once they have logged into Classlink, they will automatically be logged into all other programs, including iReady, Canvas, Focus, Office 365, and all of their online textbooks. Please note that this is the only way they can access iReady. Students cannot go to the iReady site and log in. They must go through Classlink. The second button, the Digital Parent Resources, is a collection of information to provide guidance and support for district standardized applications used in your child's classroom. Here, you can find answers to frequently asked questions, descriptions of the most used applications, and some great resources for cyber safety. One of the most useful buttons on this page is the online textbooks. Click here and you can choose the child's school level, and it will show you what online textbook your child is using for each individual subject or course. Within the digital parent resources, you can also learn about Canvas, our learning management system. You can think of Canvas as a digital classroom where teachers can simplify teaching and learning by connecting all the digital tools they use in one easy place. What happens in each classroom is unique, personalized, and customized by the teacher. Parents can connect to Canvas with a Parent Observer account to see what their student is doing in their digital classrooms. Check out the link inside the digital parent resources. Another important application your students use is Office 365. This is the online version of Microsoft Office that many of you are used to using on your home computers. It also provides your student with an email address and OneDrive, online cloud file storage, which your student uses to access their files from anywhere. In addition, each student can download Microsoft Office for free on their home computers if you don't currently have a copy. Check out the link in the digital parent resources that explains how you can do that. Does your student need some more practice in specific academic areas? Take a look at the digital student resources. Here, they can find grade level appropriate resources for just about every subject. The final area we will look at is Focus, our student information system and gradebook program. Through Focus, students and parents can monitor grades and attendance, communicate with teachers, and receive important information and announcements from the school. All parents and families are encouraged to create Focus Parent Portal accounts in order to have timely access to this information. Directions on how to do that are found at the bottom of the Digital Learning Resources page. Finally, if you have any technology questions, please reach out to the Instructional Technology Hotline through email at instructionaltechhelp@indianriverschools.org or by phone at 772-564-3051. We are always happy to help.
All right, and I would encourage, once again, all of our families to sit with your children and navigate that resource in our platform. When students come home with work, they're going to be excited and anxious as they begin a new school year, and you don't want to add any angst because we're not familiar with the platform or where the resources are being housed. So taking the time to familiarize yourself with these platforms is a really, really good idea, and will ease some of the tension as we go into the new school year. So connect with Focus, as we highlighted a little bit in that particular video. This slide now will show you where you can link to Focus. This is in that top right-hand corner. All kinds of information that is available through our Focus accounts. We've done some significant work in Focus this particular year. This is the instructions on how to navigate to Focus. One of the things that we've done in Focus is to ensure that you're going to always have current information regarding student progress. Teachers will be entering grades weekly, which allows you as a parent to always have an understanding as how your student is doing in each of the classes that he or she may be enrolled in. So that is significant. That is something new that we're doing for this particular school year. We did a great job last year accessing Focus. But if we don't have relevant current information regarding the progress of your son or daughter, then we are selling you short. And we want to make sure that that information is available. We also want to make sure that information is available to you in the way in which you access it or can connect to your data. So you can sign up through Focus and have that information going to your device. We can send you push notifications as well. So there's all kinds of things that we could do through Focus to keep you informed and engaged. And once again, visit our website to access and get signed up for the connection to that. Also, as we prepare, we highlighted in a previous Facebook Live the opportunity for us to make a difference by serving as a mentor. We showed a great video that highlighted those opportunities. So if you or someone in your church at work would be interested in serving as a mentor, please have them access our webpage, point them in the right direction. They can watch that video again. We're looking for ambassadors to help a very specific grade level, 6th and 9th grade. These are students transitioning into very hard times in their life, and we want to provide that additional support for those students as they transition into those new grade levels. And as a reminder, July 31st through August 9th, that is the back-to-school sales tax holiday. So please, you can just go ahead and Google that. We want you all to take advantage of that and access that cost savings that is available throughout our state. We continue to look at COVID, and it is not something that we are done with. This is a reality that we as a community need to continue to focus in on. We are in the midst of a significant increase as it relates to positive cases. We are opening our schools. We will be implementing all of the same health and safety measures that we had in place at the end of last school year. Masking is optional, and I would highly recommend that you have that conversation with your son or daughter, and highly recommend when wear a mask when you cannot socially distance when indoors. It still is an option, but this is something each and every single family needs to have a conversation around. One of the things that we do not want to happen, that is currently happening across the United States, is the political divide as a result of this pandemic. We don't want to look back and be the county that separated or pulled itself apart from one another. We are in hard, difficult, complex times, but we need to continue to work together, to communicate, understand that reality. As a school system, we are committed to providing an environment in which all students can feel safe, can feel comfortable, and connect to quality instruction. And some of that data that we showed at the beginning of this presentation reinforces the need for us to ensure that we have every opportunity available to us to provide quality instruction. So we believe this is going to be the norm. We're going to have an ebb and flow of spikes as we move through the next school year, and we need to commit to opening ourselves to the dialogue and conversation and allow us to be flexible to respond to whatever that reality is. And if things continue to move up, we continue to respond. If things continue to move down and there's less exposure, then we could pull back some of those health and safety cautions. They're very easy to implement. It takes teamwork. The driving debate has been the mask, in which, once again, masks are optional at this point for the school district of Indian River County, highly recommending that you wear that mask when social distancing isn't possible indoors. And we will continue to keep the community informed regarding any developments that may take place. There is a conference call with districts today with the Florida Department of Education, once again, seeking guidance and input from a state's perspective regarding school districts' path and recommendations moving forward. Also want to share our advocacy office. We have been out and about almost every night this week connecting to parents. Had great opportunity at Sebastian River High School last night to welcome our freshman parents and students back in, and then Vero Beach High School the night before that. This is the opportunity for us to continue to engage questions or concerns that you may have. Please reach out to this office. Let us be a system of support for you. And more questions or concerns that may be specific to you as you prepare for the opening of schools, please take a second to look at these very specific offices. As we've said before, starting a school year, any school year, is hard, challenging, nerve-wracking experiences. So please, let's eliminate some of that angst by being prepared, having a deep understanding of the information that is available to you. So as we begin the school year, we're all on the same page. Continue to follow us and connect with us through our social media. We appreciate your support there. And we will be back on August 6th, the last Facebook Live prior to the opening of schools. Thank each and every single one of you for your commitment and dedication and understanding. once again, we as a community should celebrate what the school district of Indian River County did in response to that pandemic. Those improvement in state rankings in every area that was released with the exception of that Algebra 1 is significant. It shows, despite the obstacles and the barriers and the challenges, we came together and our students benefited from our efforts and our hard work. So congratulations to us as a community, and we're looking forward to having even better data as we move into the upcoming school years. Thank you and have a great day.